A local theater company is offering a new way for Indigenous artists to develop and showcase their works across Turtle Island. The National Indigenous Artist Development and Showcase Program is a new venture from the Kiyanaan Indigenous Theatre Festival and Echo Theatre here in Winnipeg, in partnership with Native Earth Performing Arts in Toronto and Gwandak Theatre in Whitehorse. Charlene van Beukenhout is one of the organizers of this new venture as the artistic director of Echo Theatre and the Kiyanaan Indigenous Theatre Festival. She joins us in the Classic 107 studios to tell us more. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Super excited to hear about this program. So we mentioned all those companies that are involved in this new artist development and showcase program. Where does this collaboration all begin?
Oh, wow. Well, that's a great question. And something is kind of like working and worth doing when things just fall into place really easily. And that's sort of what happened here. My colleague, who's the co-leads Kiyanaan Festival with me, Philip Geller, we wanted to do something where we help artists get their work that are from here, from this area, like Manitoba based artists, out onto a national stage. We felt that there weren't a lot of opportunities to make this seemingly difficult leap from Manitoba outside into the rest of Turtle Island. And so we thought, well, we can do something here because we run a festival. And often when you see festivals, there's like visiting artists from other areas. And our festival is very focused on developing talent here. But part of that is seeing talent from outside. But where can Manitoba be in that stream? So Philip is very good friends with Colin Wolfe, who runs Gwandak Theatre up in Whitehorse, and they have this great festival, Awaken Festival, which delightfully is just a few months after Kiyanaan Festival, and has worked a lot with Joel Peters from Native Earth Performing Arts, and their festival's in November. So it just seemed like this very lovely, touring residency almost to develop a work from starting at Kiyanaan, then Awaken, and then Native Earth. And we got into just a Zoom room together, and it just happened.
Wow. That's so incredible that there's that kind of force of movement on something like this, and that people see that value of having that showcase opportunity from artists here on Treaty 1 territory. As a performer here yourself, Charlene, you know this challenge probably better than a lot of folks, but maybe for those who don't know, what is it like for a performer here in Manitoba, especially Indigenous performers? What are the challenges that are faced as they try to get their works out into the broader sort of Canadian Turtle Island context, and what sorts of solutions does this then provide?
Yeah, that's a great question. So personally for me, my past work has been just a lot of producing shows, performing them here, and then having them kind of put to bed because they're large casts or things like that. When you want to move something forward into like say a showcase, because we named the program descriptively exactly what it is. Yeah. And showcasing is like you have a project, you have a piece that you've done, and they have these showcase kind of conferences and festival things that I don't know if you're aware of, but they're like Manitoba Showcase, or like different areas have these showcase things where producers and presenters will go and you present a bit of your piece and say, this is what I'm going to do. And you give your pitch and you do maybe a bit of it. And then presenters will come and talk to you after and be like, I want to program you. And then you're off on a circuit. Basically, you can do up a whole year of you presenting in different areas, like anywhere. You can be in Canada, it can be kind of internationally as well. But, or interprovincially, whatever you want, we have to have something. And to do something, as an artist, and especially a theater artist, because music is a little bit different. As a theater artist, there's a lot going on. So you need funding because you got to pay yourself. You got to live somehow. You got to pay yourself, and then like to be put into a theater in a presentation mode, you want like a costume. You want a lighting designer, someone to like have the looks. You want somebody involved in that. So you want designers, like sound designers. Maybe you want to work with that. Maybe a set or some consultation. So that requires money, but also just rehearsal and then promotional materials, because for presentation stuff like that, you want like archival footage, and but it has to be like looking good because people really expect like a well-presented video now, and like photos and stuff like that. All of this costs money, so you got to do grants and you need space, and oh my goodness, it just starts to feel huge, and unwieldy, and not and without, you have to do all that, and then you go do like a showcase thing, and then maybe somebody programs you.
Right.
So it's not like the return on your investment is not totally there. So often what happens is you do like a production, and then you end up doing like a run in Winnipeg, and it stops there.
Sure.
Like maybe some artistic directors come. There's not enough theaters in Winnipeg to kind of pick something up and be the theater that pushes it forward to like on a national scale. Playwrights can have that if they get picked up, like if their play gets picked up, produced at a theater, and then they do that work for that playwright. But it's a little bit different in this situation because the artist is sometimes the performer and the playwright, or like they're wearing more hats than just the playwright one.
Right.
So to do that takes kind of a lot. And so at Kiyanaan, we just wanted to like help do that. So for me, I started getting into that a little bit more. I have a kids show that's in, we talked about this last time I was here, that's all on Michif. And I have like this short version, but I actually like recently expanded it into like a full hour like almost language workshop, like part performance, part language workshop, and it's fun and it's interactive. And people seem to be really interested in this and have started asking me to come out to things. So because it's just me and I've developed it, I can easily travel to these places.
Right.
But, I started that piece like 5 years ago or, something in that range. So it takes kind of a long time. So we thought like this would be a great program to get more opportunity for artists to be out doing that, get something from Manitoba, go to these festivals in other provinces, and there's no representation from here. There's a lot on the West Coast, a lot on the East, and then like nothing going on in the middle. So it does take a lot, and this is just like a stepping stone to be like, hey, just develop it. Here's some resources. We've got this great company in residence, or Echo Theatre does at Prairie Theatre Exchange. So there's rehearsal space. You don't have to pay for rehearsal space.
Wow.
We're going to like help you like do lighting, help you all just develop your piece so that you have something.
Yeah.
Go to Guandac. You're going to like feel what it feels like to do that. Just, pop into a theater, have to do the tag, do like kind of, I don't know how this piece ends. Think of something really quickly. Have a conversation with work with a different theater company who's supporting you. And then you have a little bit of time, and then another festival to kind of round out your experience.
Different kinds of, not just theater experiences, but also theater locales, different theater communities with which to interact with as you continue to hone that piece. So we've talked about all these different supports that this artist development and showcase program can provide. Maybe on a very sort of practical level, what are these theater companies offering as far as financial supports, or even a little bit more of the detail for what actually on a very brass tacks level can they expect?
Yeah. Great. So Kiyanaan is offering like financial support. You can get $4,000 right up front. And like workshop support. You get dramaturgical aid if you like. We'd like to be in conversation with whoever it gets chosen to go forward. Like, what do you actually need, and how can we make that happen with our resources that we have? Like with the company in residence at Prairie Theatre Exchange, they're so generous in supporting new Indigenous artists coming up. So there's opportunity for like administrative help or mentorship, and even just like theater know-how, like technical support in that area. Like, what do I need to travel here if I want to do this? So we support here, and then traveling to Guandag in Whitehorse. You gotta take a plane. And the great thing about Awaken festivals, they've been going a little while, and so they're very like knowledgeable and set up to accept artists who don't ever travel to the Yukon.
Wow.
So they're like, we have your travel for 3 people, so they cover that. There's a presenting fee that you receive, and then they have your accommodations there as well. And they're very like community oriented, like welcoming to artists visiting.
Wow.
Which is exciting because I really want to go and be there to support.
Yes.
And part of what we'll do at Kiyanaan too is there's like travel grants and other like financial support that probably you'll need as an artist, and we can help you like access those and write those grants so that you can have even more support. And then at Native Earth, again, there's presenting fees, and you receive all the things that the visiting artists do.
Nice.
And space for workshopping, that sort of thing.
Great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We mentioned that there's not, like, this is the first time it's being offered. There's still a lot that gets shaken out about this still. What kinds of projects do you hope will emerge out of this kind of program, having received this kind of support?
I don't know. Like when we opened it up, I was like, okay, I have no idea what I'm expecting. I guess like I thought, I'll have an artist like come and do like a solo show. I guess that's what I like. The first level was like a solo performer like does, creates something like personal story or whatever, or like even a dance piece. And because we're kind of open to multidisciplinary like performing arts styles, so music and dance and theater and whatever else you can imagine. But then I started thinking, like, what if it's a playwright who then hires actors and the actors travel? Or like, what if it's like a dance artist and it's they want to take like a traditional form and then like play with it. And I don't know. I just I don't know. And we got we got some people thinking about dance. We got some people thinking about like children's musical. I was like, wow! Like I'm just excited to see what everyone's working on, and what the lovely thing that I like about receiving these submissions is that we receive submissions for this program, but and it might not be right for you at this time. Like maybe we'd like the artists to be a little bit further along in their development so that they know how to maybe work with a budget.
Sure.
They know, so they're a little bit further along. So that might be more advanced than maybe you're very emerging. Right. Or maybe your idea is like, it is just an idea at this point and you have done no work on it, but you just want to try something. There's other opportunities at Kiyanaan Festival, like there's our community cabaret where people just come and try out the work that they're thinking about. And then like we always do a performer call, and there's other opportunities for us to see the work. So then when we receive these submissions, if it's not like right for you at this time, maybe we're like, hey, can we put you in the cabaret? Because your idea sounds really cool and we'd like to like see more of it. And then maybe after that experience, get an idea for like a touring or showcase.
Wow.
Piece. Yeah.
So this is what you're maybe looking to see from the artists involved in this program. What do you hope that this first sort of cohort of participants, the people who are successful in applying for the program, how do you hope that they shape what the program could be as far as the supports that it offers down the road? In other words, I guess, how do you hope this grows?
Yes. So I hope, just in a larger sense, that other artists see what can be done, and that it just opens up I can do that. Maybe I'm not part of the program, because part of the program is that next year the artist will be from Whitehorse or from the Yukon.
I see.
And then the year after that, it'll be somewhere out east. And then it'll come back to Manitoba. So we have so that all the theaters get to support the artists from their community.
Right.
And then we get a visiting artist, and we learn from them. But you don't just need our program. It is accessible to you to go out and put on a piece that can be presented in other theaters. And you don't need specifically a theater's backup. You don't need one of the major theaters here to produce something that they then push. You can actually grassroots do it yourself, get funding and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that that becomes a normal way to think. And that Kiyanaan Festival and the people who are working, we have so many great people here in Winnipeg and surrounding communities that can help you write a grant and can help just other people who have done the showcase circuit and can say, this is how you do it. There's lots of knowledge that can be accessed, and we're just hoping to be a place where you can access that knowledge.
Yeah.
If you want to do this, we know how to do it. Yeah, we can give you those, give you that information and maybe the resources.
Not just a program of financial support or logistical support, but also a program of communal support that is very much being offered, it sounds like. So I'm sure there are people listening to this that are like, oh my gosh, I want to apply for this, and I'm looking forward for the information. If they want to do so, how can they make their application?
Well, you can go to the Echo Theatre website. It's echotheatre.net, but I also got the .ca, so either one will take you to the homepage, and the link on there is under Festival. It's National Indigenous Artist, or it's echotheatre.net/National Indigenous Artist, and just click on there, and there's a big purple apply button. There's 2 of them on there.
All right. Excellent.
Go click apply, and it's a Google form, and it's
Perfect.
pretty self-explanatory.
We'll link to that also at our website, classic107.com, and the Classic 107 app. So wonderful to hear about this new initiative, Charlene. Thank you so much for stopping by the Classic 107 studios and telling us more about it.
Thank you for inviting me.